today was the day.
The day that everyone has been waiting for. Well, everyone in America, or if you followed the U.S. Women's National Team.
Very true. A lot of eyes were on today. It was announced, the U.S. Women's National Team's official roster for the World Cup. It's official. The roster is in. They let the world know who it was. So
it was wild.
It was very wild. Just like we talked about the English national team, there was some surprises, some omissions, some inclusions, and it's like that every single time a major roster is dropped for a major tournament. There's always going to be some, controversy, some surprises.
Yeah.
But this is just going to be pretty much just a quick react. But this was kind of our initial reaction. We'll go through the roster. I'm sure everyone knows the roster by now who's watching this video. But I will say, the Today Show spoiled not spoiled.
Yes, we got a sneak peek.
We did. And some of Sara and I's favorites, the Gotham Girls, Lynn Williams, Kristie Mewis, and...
Christen Mewis.
Christen, very official on the Today Show. and Kelley O'Hara. So from the very morning, we knew they were on the team, which is always fun. Those are three of our favorites. They were kind of kicking off the announcement on the Today Show. So, welcome to good news already. You know what I mean? Yeah. But then the time came, 10:30 our time, 11:30 Eastern, the official roster was dropped. And, from the get-go, there was surprises on the roster. This is one of those days in the whole 4-year cycle of soccer tournaments. It's like, this is one of the most exciting days for fans.
And players. I can't imagine being a player, especially for, bubble players. If you don't know you're going to make it, and then, you actually make it, I just think it's so exciting.
Right.
Being a soccer player, I can't actually imagine what it would be like to get that call and be like, whoa.
Right.
The world's going to see me.
Because we remember just a couple days ago, Becky made the announcement she was no longer in contention because of her injury.
Yeah,
and she made the announcement that she wasn't going to be fit, healthy to be able to be selected for the World Cup. And that was a big blow, so much experience, so much. She would have been the oldest player at 38 on the team, so much experience, and she's still one of the best in the world. And so her already knowing that she's not going to be included, and this was just a week ago at this point. So, because remember, Mal Swanson's already out. Kat Macario wasn't going to be healthy to play. Christen, obviously Tobin hasn't been healthy. Julie Ertz was, I would have never, a year ago, you tell me, or 6 months ago, you tell me Julie Ertz is going to be on this roster, I would have said, no way. But I guess let's go through the players.
The goalkeepers, Aubrey Kingsbury, Casey Murphy, Alyssa Nair. Defenders, Alana Cook, Crystal Dunn, Emily Fox, Naomi Girma, Sofia Huerta, Kelley O'Hara, Emily Sonnet. Midfielders, Savannah Demelo, Julie Ertz, Lindsay Horan, Rose Lavelle, Kristie Mewis, Ashley Sanchez, and Andy Sullivan. And the forwards are Alex Morgan, Megan Rapinoe, Trinity Rodman, Sophia Smith, Alysa Thompson, and Lynn Williams.
So, when you first saw the roster, for you, who was the biggest surprise? Either that was there or who was not there?
I was shocked to see Savannah Demelo, even though we had seen an article that said that she was a lock, or that she was already on the squad.
There was an article about 3 days ago that said Savannah Demelo, Kelley O'Hara, and I think Aubrey Kingsbury had already made the team, which we thought was a strange headline because it wasn't released. So I remember seeing that. I go,
Rostergate?
Yeah. So, Savannah Demelo, she's never had a U.S. Women's National Team cap, international cap. For the senior national team, she's been with U.S. Soccer for a long time, but I saw that name and is shocked a good word? Yes, I was personally so shocked, even though you're right. I did see that article a couple days ago, so there wasn't any reason to be shocked. But seeing that name, I was surprised, but it made a lot of sense. She's been playing so well in the NWSL that Vlatko says, you do well in the NWSL, you're gonna give yourself a chance to make this team, and that seems like what she did.
Exactly.
The second name that I was shocked of that we didn't see was Ashley Hatch. I was actually shocked we didn't see her.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I actually noticed. Ashley Hatch has been playing well in the NWSL. She's been scoring goals. She's been doing well, and she wasn't selected. Then on top of that, Alysa Thompson was selected. With so little experience.
Yeah, but to me, it makes sense. I mean, Alysa Thompson, she's really good. And she's really freaking fast.
Yeah, but there is some things about Alysa Thompson you're like, is she ready? Is she ready? But I always said that's the X factor. A player like Alysa Thompson is an X factor for these kind of squads where you just don't know. You know what you're going to get, but it's the X factor. You know, there's no fear in a young player like that. The expectation is, I want them to do well. The expectation isn't that, oh, of course they have to do well. It's almost like that's the player you really have to look out for, a player like Alysa Thompson.
Yeah, and it sounds like, I mean, Ashley Hatch just didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
Because there's so many good forwards. It's like so hard.
And it might have been a choice between her or Lynn Williams. So you're either going to take Lynn Williams or you're going to take Ashley Hatch. I was kind of reading that's what some people thought. And Lynn's been having such a great year.
Yeah.
And Vlatko really likes Lynn too. What I read also, so Pinoe was selected. And to me, Pinoe was never, I always thought she was going to be selected because that's kind of like the narrative that's been kind of going around. If Pinoe is on her feet, she's going.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of like, it's not surprising. When Becky left the team, there was that leadership role also that wasn't there. So you need that leadership type because not having Pinoe there is like, you can't replace her with another player because she is so unique in what she can do.
Yeah, definitely.
And so I always thought Pinoe was going, and she deserves it too. It's not like she doesn't deserve it. That's the thing. What she can do, the moment she gets on the field, half the time, something happens. I mean, she's one of the greatest players in U.S. women's national history. PKs, and no one can do what she does. Okay. But what I was reading is because she plays as a winger on the side, that Alysa Thompson is, she plays on the outside as well. So it made much more sense to take an Alysa Thompson than an Ashley Hatch because Ashley Hatch is more in the middle. So a lot of people said they needed someone on the outside, not another person down the middle. And that made sense, But Ashley Hatch, bummed that for her because I actually really thought she was going to make it.
Yeah.
She's been a great player. But every cycle, there is a player out there that is, people say they should have made it. You know what I mean? The English team, they talked about Tissier, who everyone said, what was Serena Vigman thinking? She's amazing. So every single cycle, there's that controversy, or there's that kind of talk.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess for me, those were the big things. Obviously, for the defenders, you don't see someone like a Tierna Davidson or a Casey Krueger. And a lot of people thought Becky was out, so it made sense for Tierna to kind of be slotted in there a certain way. But Vlatko has a plan, you know what I mean? And I will say the way they delivered the message, that was iconic, the way they announced it. First of all, Joe Biden and Dr. Jill Biden, I mean, amazing. They're so pumped. And then all the players got their own celebrity to announce them, which I thought was really cool. Of course, Alex's good friend Taylor Swift announced her, which I thought was pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And I mean, all of America's really pumped. We have Pinoe, Alex Morgan, and Kelley O'Hara, which are their fourth World Cup. So, I mean, you definitely have experience. Then you have Alysa Thompson's 18 years old,
That's wild.
Apparently, Alysa Thompson is 19 years younger than Megan Rapinoe, so Megan Rapinoe could be her mother. If you go over the comments on the U.S. Women's National Team Instagram, mostly I would say 90% mostly positive. A lot of people, are just saying, "Where's our girl Hatch?" And then people are saying goal scorer, but
yeah, she's definitely. I mean, she's been proving herself and how good she is.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just a hard squad to make, but.
Right. And right. And then someone goes Hatch ahead of Williams. So some people think maybe Hatch should have been picked over Lynn Williams. But some people are saying, again, maybe over Alysa Thompson. But again, how that works out strategically could get a little, maybe Vlatko just has a vision, doesn't include Ashley Hatch. And then people are saying Ashley Hatch not being named is criminal. And a lot of people are saying, it is a little different, but they're pumped.
Yeah, I think they have a solid squad. Obviously, we're excited for the World Cup. And we'll see what all these players do on the field and do together.
Yeah, exactly. They have a I don't know if they're calling it like a send-off game against Wales, I believe the 9th of July.
Yeah.
So that will be exciting. Well, what does everyone think? Super. I'm so exciting. Very exciting. You asked Sarah, I was even like, okay, when's the roster company going to come out? 10:30 our time or 11:30 our time? So one of the most exciting days of the World Cup cycle. Yeah. Questions, comments down below. What did you think? What was the biggest omission or what was the biggest inclusion that you saw? Questions, comments down below. We'll talk to everyone later. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.